Right. Hello. We've been faffing around for a while, but we're now ready. We are playing Europe Divided, Mark and myself. Hi, Mark.
Hello.
So we are not entirely sure what we're doing. So if you've never played Europe Divided before, or if you have no idea what it is, then you can learn along with us. Mark knows the rules better than I do.
And that isn't necessarily, I know the word rules well. I've read the rules, but we played Twilight Struggle and Watergate, and it's very much along the same sort of lines.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Now we're going to be playing on Tabletop Simulator. So let me see if I can...
even.
Sorry, no, it's not. Yes, Tabletopia. We've been switching between the two. If you want to play a board game online in like a 3D virtual environment, essentially you've got two options. You either go for Tabletop Simulator, which you can play in Steam, or you've got Tabletopia, which you can also play in Steam, but you can also play in a web browser. There's slight differences between them, but they're very similar in a lot of ways. So let me see if I can transition the screen. Oh, look at that.
Keep an eye on the comments.
It's a board.
It is a board.
Hi, James. Right. So we need to explain now. This might be a good juncture for me to try and explain roughly what's going on, because Mark has just taught me the rules.
Badly.
So if I can explain it sensibly, then we're on to a good thing. Now, we're not going to go through all the rules now by any means, but we're just going to give you enough so that you sort of get what's going on, and then we'll get going and explain the rest of it as we go. Essentially, we are going to be, well, I'm the red player, I am Russia, and I start off on this eastern side of Europe, and Mark is he has yellow, which is NATO, is that right, Mark?
Yep, that's right. So Europe is yellow and blue is NATO.
Oh, okay. So Europe, is it the EU or just Europe?
It's Europe. It's
okay.
Something.
So Europe is yellow and NATO is blue, and Mark is using a combination of these forces. And essentially, we're each fighting over these contested regions in the middle. So places like Poland, the Eastern Balkans, etc., the grey regions. We are going to be trying to move our armies. We do have armies. These tokens off to the side here are army tokens. And also trying to get influence in regions. Now, influence in regions represented by dice. So this means I have an influence of 1, and it's possible to somehow increase the... There we go. I could increase the number. And the more influence you have, the better, effectively. But you're trying to spread out and get influence in different countries, and also potentially get your armies, because the armies can do fun things, with a view to scoring points. Now, in order to score points, there's going to be these headline cards that come out of this deck at the top, and Mark kind of plays headlines onto this side. You see the little arrow here. So he plays one here, and it will move along to here. I play one here, which moves along to here, and after a while, you're going to find there will be 4 headlines here. 2 that I've played, and 2 that Mark has played. And at certain points in the game, you can see this green token here is the round tracker. As we move through the different rounds of the game, we will score the headlines. So to start with, we kind of shift the headlines and plonk them down. And you can see that if I zoom in a lot, you might be able to read it. And then here, you can see we're going to resolve the headlines, which is when they're going to score. And again, in round 6, they're going to resolve. And in round 8, they're going to resolve. And each time, they're going to shift, and we'll be placing new ones and things like that. So those are the headlines. If I give you an example of one, this is cyber warfare waged on Estonia. Okay, so this tells you it's the Baltics, and it's going to be worth 1 victory point when it scores. And if there's more red influence than blue and more red than yellow, then I will manage to score a point. So the Baltics are this one here. So I'm trying to get my red dice. Let's grab a red dice. There we go. So if this was the situation, there were no yellow or blue dice, then I would be able to score this card when it scores. Mark's going to have a similarly easy one for him, I imagine, at the start. So in the Ukraine, he has to have more yellow than red. So it's quite important because Mark's 2 different colours work differently for scoring. So they're both sort of his, but sometimes one is more important than another for different reasons. So yeah, I'm trying to get a red into the Baltics. He's trying to get a yellow into the Ukraine. That seems quite hard to me, Mark. What do you think?
I guess I can. I just need to place influence.
It's all the way down here.
Yeah, but you don't have to have anything there specifically to do it. You can.
You can just whack the die down.
Yeah, it's only armies that get affected by the.
So armies have to spread out from your starting area, but dice you can just whack down anywhere. All right. Now, in terms of actually playing the game, it's all played with action cards. You might see I've got a hand of action cards at the bottom here. So if we zoom in on one of these, you have a bunch of symbols down the left, and when you play the card, you're going to be picking one of these things to do something. So the square ones represent the dice. So this icon would mean I get to place a new die, level 1 influence, in a region. Any black circle number at the bottom right is the cost. So you'd pay 2 coins to do that action. Or alternatively, if I played this card, I could add 3 to one of my dice. I could just play the card to get 1 coin. That would be a bit rubbish, but it's an option. This one is get a new army. And again, I paid 2 coins for that. This is move an army. And the cost to move armies depends on how far you move them. So it says 0+. If I wanted to move the army in the Central Federal District here, 1 space, that would be free. But then every space after that costs me an extra coin. So if I can play 1 card and then move it as far as I like, but I'm paying for every space past the first. So if I wanted to somehow get all the way to Germany, it'd be free, 1, 2 coins in total to get from Central Federal District to Germany. So I think that's most of the options here. Oh, and there might be a special ability on the card. That's the sort of properties icon at the bottom. So that would, in this case, be this infiltrate action. I'm not going to read that out because Mark doesn't know what's in my hands. That might be quite useful. But if you read it, you can sort of see it's going to affect influence. That sounds good. All right, so those are the cards. We also have a couple of, those are what you call action cards. There's a deck up here of my action cards, and I'll be drawing more as we go through the game. You've also got advantages, which are just kind of help you. Usually they've got a pretty nifty special ability. So this will do something that we might get around to seeing later on in the game. I noticed, Mark, that my advantage cards have got a 1 VP symbol at the top left.
I think if you do not play them, you can trade them in for points.
Oh, at the end of the game.
Just check advantages. But something like that, yeah, you don't have to. If you don't spend them, it's good for you. Yeah, if you keep going, I will.
So yeah, so you've got action cards, you can see at the bottom, then the advantage cards, but then I've also got these headline cards, and these really are the critical cards in many ways. If we zoom in on one of these are how you score the all-important points. So I'm going to be trying to get influence in this region here. Now I'm not going to say what the region is because it'll be a sort of secret. So I'll be trying to build up influence in this region, then suddenly I'll play the card and Mark will be like, oh, that's why you wanted lots of influence in Poland or wherever. But obviously it could be a bluff. I could stick lots of influence in Poland and he's like, has he got the headline card to score that one? Or is it just a bluff? So that's kind of how the headlines work. You can see some of them are, like the different colours, obviously they're going to represent the different regions. So this one here is going to be in that kind of region. And I guess it's red because I have to have 6 in that particular one. That's a lot, but it's hard for Mark to get any in there. And I don't have to have more than him, I just have to have 6. All right, there are a couple of other things that are going to matter in terms of moving armies and what the armies can do and placing influence, but we'll just explain those as they go. Effectively, we're going to take turns placing cards, resolve the headlines and score points every now and try and conquer Europe, sort of.
So just confirm, advantage cards you can play in addition to your 2 cards on the turn. They can be spent so they can either be spent for the ability or for the money. Or if you have them at the end of the game, you get a point for each.
All right, yeah. So down the left-hand side, you're either picking the cards for the ability, or, as he says, get the point at the end. Okay. So
we choose 2 cards because we've already moved the.
And we're picking them first, do we?
Yes, we pick them. So you want to flip them face down before you put them
stick them on the table.
Yes, because that will be a. Oh,
now this one's pretty good. I don't know if I should burn this one straight away because this looks really, really good. All right, we'll come back to that one. So I think I need to get some influence going. So that looks like a nice one to get influence going.
So I'm going to shove my 2 cards there.
That's this kind of area. Oh yes, look, the energy sector. Okay. This one, that's good for. Oh, that's pretty great as well. Look at that number. All right, so then this one is a nice variety of things. I could do with a way of getting money. I've only got 2 coins. This is my money over here. So if I'm going to spend stuff to get cards, I'm going to need money. Now this is quite a nice pile of money. What are my other cards like for money? That one is okay. And the rest are a bit rubbish. So I think I'm probably just going to play this one for the money. I think I'm going to need money. So I'm going to select this card. I'm going to flip it face down and put it over here, I guess. This is going to be one card I'm going to play. And then the other one is going to be, I guess, this one. Just try and get some influence on the board, maybe. It's quite nice for money, that one, but we do need to get influence on the board. All right, so let's flip that. Whoop, and put it over there. Okay, I've got my 2 cards, Mark.
Okay, so we both revealed at the same time.
Oh, okay. Those are my cards. So we could have a sneak look now at Mark's cards. So he's gone for Norway. He's going to be doing something in Norway.
Not so much of a sneak and more of a case.
Greece. Greece being, Norway's like miles away. It's all way up here, but Greece seems a bit concerning.
Yeah, okay. Stuff.
And who goes first?
You're going first.
Me?
You've got the high, yes, because you've got the higher number.
All right, well, let's, I think I might delay this actually to see what he does. So I think we're just going to try and get some cash. So I'm going to play my president card, which I think just goes in the discard pile, does it?
Yep. Once it's gone, let's go.
And I get 4 money. 1, 2. Oh, I feel like there should be a quick way of doing this. If I can grab the coins. 3.
No, you can't, can you?
4. All right, so I've got cash. Mark?
So you do everything on the card?
Oh, everything?
Everything on the card.
I thought you had to pick.
No. So that's only the advantage cards you have to pick.
Well then, that changes everything. Can I do it in any order?
I think you do them from top to bottom, but I am going to just confirm that by...
All right, well, I may as well do it top to bottom. So I'm going to get to stick 1 influence somewhere. Now I'm going to look this. I need to have influence in the Baltics here. So I'm definitely going to stick a 1 influence. Well, I've picked a good card then. So that goes in the Baltics. Hooray, I've got influence. Then I get to increase something by 4. Now, what I might want to do is pay attention to this, because that's a lot, isn't it? And that's a lot. Maybe actually I'd be better off doing that. So I'm gonna have a take back seat already.
That's all right.
And switch. The one that I place is actually going to go into Belarus because of this. And then I'm going to use the +4 on this dice and increase it by 4. Dice, which means it goes up to 5. Yeah.
So you can use any action on the card.
Any action?
Actually, yeah. It doesn't. Yes.
Or all of them.
When a Russian player uses a Russian action card or contested Russian card, which can use. Oh, maybe it's just any action. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, I think it might be just 1 actually.
The player start action card, the Russian player start.
It would seem a bit powerful to be able to do all of these things.
Action symbols are color coded. All Russian actions, those used by the Russian player are red. Those used by Europe, EU's yellow, NATO blue.
Well, while Mark's thinking about that, I'm probably then going to stick this, if I have to pick one of these, which I suspect I do, I think I'll be sticking this one probably in the Baltics because we want to try and score the Baltics. It looks like it might be a bit of a slow burn to start with, which I guess makes sense in terms of we're not actually scoring anything until round 4, so we're going to be playing a bunch of cards and then finally we resolve the headlines. So I suspect that in anticipation, I'm going to change this back to a 1 and whack it in the Baltics. And that, I think, if I play this card, is going to cost me 2 coins. So I got 4 coins from my Russia card, but then when I play this one, it's going to cost me 2 because of the little circle there. So I'm going to put my money back. I've kind of played both my cards at once. I probably wasn't meant to do that, but I'm just getting carried away here. There's a way of stacking this money. There we go. It sort of highlights red when you get it in the right place. It's a little bit fiddly getting things to stack. It'd be nice if you could kind of grab the whole stack. Oh, you can. If you click and hold, it grabs the whole stack. Oh, but if you just...
You're correct. It's 1 action from each of the 2 action cards.
All right. So I've actually... I've done both of mine.
Yeah, that's right. That is correct. So now I just do 1 action for both of mine. That makes more sense. Right, what are we going to do? I feel like we need to add some influence in the Ukraine.
So Mark's going to have to pick... Doesn't it have to go in the place where the card says?
No. You can put it... You place influence anywhere in contested regions. It's only armies that have to be placed where the card region says, or the contested one is where you check for if you have the influence.
Okay. So look, going back to my president card, it says Moscow on here. Oh yeah, and at the top it says Build Army Moscow. So if I went for the Build Army option, which would be this one, that would have to go in Moscow, but the influence can go wherever you like. That's good to know. So my energy sector card, I spent 2 coins to put an influence down. And even though it says energy sector, not really sure why it says that, but I can stick it wherever I want to. Or you can stick it in contested. Can I put it in green regions where you are?
No, you can't. You can only place them in contested regions.
All right, so we're fighting over the middle.
Dice. Yeah. Essentially, all the action's going to happen in this grey area.
Okay.
Sometimes armies are going to appear here and here and here, but generally, all the dice stuff's going to happen in this grey area pretty much.
All right.
It will happen. So I've used that to do that.
So he's done that action. Did you spend your money?
I have spent my money, yes.
Rather unfairly, Mark's Mr. Moneybags over here starts with loads more money than me.
I feel like I want to.
He's going to do
on this.
A blue thing.
I think I'm going to whack a blue dice in as well, somewhere. I feel like.
So he's going to spend his money.
Let's have a look at what I've got in these cards for later and see if it makes.
Now we can't see it, but Mark has his own hand of cards like mine. These are hidden from your opponent, which is quite nice.
I think I want to.
Oh, and this is the score track.
I want to put some there.
Incidentally,
where are we looking? I'm going to put a die in Moldova.
Moldova? Where in the world is Moldova?
where the dice is.
There's a game. There's a board game. It's a very old board game, I think, and it's called Where in the World is Moldova? Well, in case you didn't know, there it is, right next to the Ukraine. So those were his 2 cards. He used them to put 2 influence out. They go on his discard pile. Does that want to get flipped?
No, it does, if it lets me. There we are.
So we've played 2 cards each, and I think that was round 1.
Yeah, that's round 1. So, because nothing else happens on this round, because we can see there. I will check quick check over the rules. It says play your actions, draw new action cards. So we now need to draw 2 new action cards.
So this is my action deck. The little 3 there tells you there's 3 cards left in the deck. I presume we shuffle the discard pile when we need to draw and the draw pile's empty?
You do, correct.
All right. So I think if I right click, I can draw, oh, there we go, 2 cards, and whoop, there they go in my hand. So let's have a look at these new cards.
Oh, I've moved that.
So money's not great, but I don't think I need that now. That's okay. It's a good army one. I'll be building it in this district here. Oh. Where is that? I think it might be... In fact, yeah, let me show you a neat little trick here. If I hold down Z, woo, it sort of zooms in, although for some reason it goes a bit blurry. Mark, do you find when you zoom in it goes blurry?
Yeah, it seems to zoom in on the actual image rather than do the same as actually wrote.
Yeah, because this makes it not work nice. So yeah, that'll be an army up there. Or this card, again, is fairly mediocre here. Or I can go for this region, which is here. So yeah, 2 cards. I guess I'll move these and stick them with my other action cards. And then we're going to have to pick 2.
Yeah, pick 2 again.
That's quite nice. Should we have a look at these actual actions? What do these do? So I can spend some money to put those in that place, which I think is, if you can see behind, is miles from anywhere, really. But I guess it gets 2 of them out. And I can spend lots of money to, in one of those, okay, so that'll be useful later. We'll perhaps save those. So I think we either want to just increase the numbers on the dice, or get more dice out. Now I need to pay attention to the headline cards. Oh, should we move the round tracker on?
Yes, the first thing on the round is to
and so it says shift headline. So that we move them both along, yeah?
So we do that after.
Oh, is it the end of the round?
It's to the end of the round, not the start. We play the action cards first.
So yeah, if I plonk that on the top, we can still see the writing underneath. Oh yeah, look, forthcoming headline, current headline. Ah, so it looks like only the ones in the middle actually score, I think.
Yes.
Ah, so this is going to score when we get to round 4, and then it disappears, and then the one that I play here will score when we get to round 6. So you're kind of playing them a bit ahead of time, and you've got to plan. Planning. All right.
I don't think I want to do that. I want to... I think that's a good idea.
Now, these seem quite hard. Where is that? That is...
What's that?
There. She's very close to his armies. But hang on, Mark, I've got a green card, which is one of yours, isn't it?
Yes.
That's bad. I can't score this. That's going to be Mark scoring it. So, presumably I just avoid playing it, or try and play it at a point when I think you can't score it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh. How do we get it all the way up to there? That's really high. Well, I think we're probably going to try and go for that, because there's nothing else in here at the moment. So we're going to plonk 1. And I don't suppose it really matters, but we're going to play this card just to stick some more influence down. Let me put it face down. Oh, put it on the table there. And then this one may as well. And we'll go, I think, for this option to try and increase some influence. Okay, so we'll flip that over. These are our secret cards. I'm sure Mark hasn't got a clue what we're going to do.
I'm not looking at your... I wouldn't dare cheat. So yes, so we flip our cards.
Okay.
And I did them individually. 10.
So who goes first now? Is it you? Me again?
I'm pretty certain. I'm just going to check.
Oh, it's the numbers at the bottom, isn't it?
The initial player is determined which player goes round.
So I've got 5 plus 5 is 10. He's got 3 plus 7 is also 10.
Highest initiative goes first, but EU wins ties.
No, so Mark goes first.
I'm not sure it's better to see what happens. I think there's an advantage.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just as...
Okay.
So I'm going to use this card to increase the influence of this die to 5.
Oh my goodness, look, it's a plus 4. That's what I need. I need a plus 4 card.
Which I believe means I can now take the card for that.
Yes. So when you have an influence in a region of 5 or 6, and Mark's now got a 5 in Ukraine, he gets to take the matching card from the contested region pile. Now he's got a pile because they kind of help him. I've got a pile which has the same cards in it, except obviously they're giving me advantages. Yeah. So did you? Oh, I've just noticed.
Not taking the card yet. Hey.
Oh, if you move the mouse wheel on a deck of cards,
it tells you how many you can take. Oh, interesting.
But does that go into your hand?
Take goes to your hand, yes.
Let me just try this for practice sake.
Oh, is that draw? Wait. I'm not sure it is, you know now.
I'm going to take 2. No, it says it locked. I tried clicking, it said locked. Maybe if I... No. Don't know. We'll figure out that later.
So
I think there was a help. Let me show you the help screen.
Let me say that.
So this stack actions, when you're on a deck of cards here, take N is the mouse wheel. That's what I was doing. Select, add object to stack. Oh, to bottom. If you shift and drag it, it goes in the bottom of the deck. And there's a context menu. Okay, well, I'm not quite sure how you then grab them, but have you managed to figure out which card it is?
No, I've just done my second action first, which is I played 2 coins already to drop something in the Western Balkans.
So you've put another 1 dice down here.
Yes, and
that's
then
a lot of influence.
A look for the Ukraine, which I suspect is going to be somewhere towards the bottom, but there's no nice way of doing this.
Bad for us because of this, but because of this, it's actually okay. Because look, hopefully,
yes.
I could do with getting some in there. Right, now this is a bit fiddly, isn't it? But Mark is effectively going through this deck and trying to find the right card. And of course, it will be the very last card in the deck.
It's W.
And now he has to go through and collect the cards together.
I don't think I do. I think they can.
You're just going to leave them there. Yeah, good idea. So I think I play my cards now. So we're going to whack a 1 down for 2 coins. So my precious money is disappearing again. 1, 2. And I get to stick a 1 die in. We're going to go for Belarus. I'll put it at the top so you can still see the name. So that was that card. Oops, don't flip it. Just stick it on the discard pile. And then this card. Oh, no, I keep flipping them. Right, I'm going to add 2 to a die. So I'm going to bump this 1 up to a 3. And then stick that on the discard pile. It's a bit weird the way this... Trying to get these cards to stack properly, and this is a little bit tricky.
Yeah, I found them over there.
There we go.
It's this one. It's not quite as good at locking as...
Zoom in. Yeah, tabletop zoom out is better for this. When I hover in the right place, it kind of makes it go red. There we go. So that red highlight underneath, that will then lock properly, although it seems I've got... It hasn't locked on the bottom one. Should say 3 now. There we go, 3. All right, anyway, so that's the cards. So I think that's it. Have we played round 2?
No, we've got to do the things up here.
Oh,
we've got
here
to
we go.
shift our headlines.
Oh yeah, so they're going to move along. Let me move mine
along.
along.
We've got to choose a headline.
This is the current headline. So yeah, we've been going for this one in Belarus, so I think we need to pull out.
So I think to choose the headlines, we probably just. I'm just going to. I'll flip it, but
I've gone for the Belarus one.
Ruling on how we do it, but I think.
Yeah, maybe you play it face down first.
Place headlines. Place headline to each player choose 1 headline and place it face down, and then you flip it over once we've both done it.
All right. So what's Mark gone for? It's the Western Balkans. No surprise there. He needs more yellow than red.
But you've got some good scoring there in Belarus, don't you?
Oh, that's true. I get 2 points if I get this one.
Yeah. We draw back up our action cards.
So I take 2.
Draw 2. Shift them across. If I shift them off the right, it makes far more sense, doesn't it? I suspect we also need to draw a new headline.
This is flip. I feel like there's something... Oh, there's only 1 card. That's why. So I take my 1 and only card.
Yeah.
How do you take it into your hand?
Hey, take it goes into your hand, yeah.
Flip it. I'm just going to drag it down. Here we go. I think it was this one. So, that's quite nice because look, I need to get that up to a 6. So I think we know what we're going to use that for already. But there's also an action here. I can do that in 3 of those. But I must already have that in the regions. I think it means I can add 3 to 3 different dice. But we're just going to do this because we want scoring. Right, so I think we've done this. We haven't scored anything yet because it will get scored here. But we've played them and drawn... Oh, draw headlines. Do we draw new ones?
Yes, you draw one to replace the one that you dealt with.
So I'm going to take No, I don't want to deal. I want to take 1. Oh, I just popped it out. Oh well. Let's put it there.
Not draw.
Yeah, it should be draw, shouldn't
deal,
it?
Sorry, deal.
I can only deal 3.
Oh,
it's
draw.
Bottom left is draw. Yeah, there we go.
They've got names for everything. I know they all mean different things, but they're quite interchangeable at times.
So this is the new scoring card I've picked up. I need. Yeah. Oh no, it's one of Mark's. It's a green one, so he needs to have more of that than red in this region here. Well, that's. Yes, I think that's not good. Oh, except hang on. No, yes, look at that. Yes, so it might be fine after all. Now, one other thing we should mention is that if you manage, you might wonder what's the point of getting all the way up to a 6 if you only need a 5 to control it. Mark, could you just explain what happens if you've got 2 different colours? Like if somehow this Belarus dice was actually in Ukraine, what does this difference mean?
You can't increase yours to a 6 if I had a 6 already in there.
So I can keep making this go up regardless of your die?
Yes.
But once you get to a 6, it stops mine from increasing?
Yes. Past the 5.
Oh, so I can still go to a 5, but I can't get to a 6.
So which means you can still take your contested card, but you can't...
No.
You can't use it. You can't... and because you only score the ones that have 6s in.
All right, and then to knock the 6s down to a 5, that's what the armies are for.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. All right, so we should be picking cards, shouldn't we?
We should be.
Well, that's easy. I'm definitely picking that one. Let's grab that and flip it and plonk it there. And then I should be thinking ahead. This game is all about thinking ahead. And I just make sure I've got that one. Oh, it's not very high, though, and Mark could sort of snipe me there, couldn't he? Or maybe I could snipe him. No, that's not going to happen because he's on a rather high number there. So I probably just want to do something that's going to... Well, that's a rubbish one.
Oh, wait a second.
That's good.
Wait a second. Yes. I think I've got the Baltic Sea. Oh, the Black Sea, sorry.
Oh, we didn't mention those. Right, there were these 2 special cards at the bottom. The Black Sea basically needs to control regions around the Black Sea. And the Baltic Sea needs to control regions around the Baltic Sea. And you can tell which ones they are because they're underlined. So the Baltic Sea has a blue border. And these ones, the Baltics and Poland, are underlined in blue. If you control those 2, you get a special ability from the Baltic Sea card. That would be this one.
Yeah, it's tight.
So, controlled, yep. You need to have at least 4 influence. If EU controls it, they get that. If NATO controls it, I don't get a special ability for controlling the Baltic Sea.
Do you not?
No.
Well, no. If you flip it over, does it give yours?
Oh, that's your. So this is your card. You can have that over there. I'm going to take mine over here.
Except I've got the Black Sea, and
no, hang on. That's the. Oh no, they're
the same card.
They are the same card. Yeah, all right. So this is the Black Sea one. This is my side. Let me just zoom in on this. This is my side, and I would get to build an army per turn if I spend 3. If I control the 3 regions around the Black Sea. Now it's got to be Eastern Balkans, Georgia, and Ukraine. So again, if you look on the map, Georgia is in line in purple, Black Sea, Eastern Balkans, and Ukraine. So I think Mark's still missing Eastern Balkans and Georgia for that one.
I've got 5 influence in Ukraine.
Oh, it doesn't have to be all 3.
No, it doesn't have to be all 3. Just.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So you just have to have highest total influence in Eastern Balkans, Georgia, and Ukraine. And at least 5. So Mark's saying he's got 5 in the Ukraine, which is one of the purple ones, so he gets the Black Sea card. Which means that because he has EU control, it's a yellow one, he's going to get 2 money when using an EU action on one of those countries. That's quite good. But if we get more influence than him, we'll be able to steal it back. So maybe I should be starting to put influence in Georgia or the Eastern Balkans. Anyway, that's what those cards do.
Yeah.
I want...
Let's remind myself, I put it there.
This one, I think we're going to play. All right. I don't know if I should be fighting over mine or trying to stop him. I guess I can decide later, can't I? After the fact. And that might matter for who goes first. I can't see this without sort of revealing it, but anyway. We'll see what happens. Are we ready?
Yes.
I'll tell you what I might do is I might move mine over here so it's easier to compare them and we can zoom in on this region. So we flip the cards, and I've got 3 plus 7 is 10, and he's got 4. Oh dear.
So you go first.
Yes, I did not want to go first because I want to see where he goes. So we're going to do the one we definitely want to do anyway. So this Secret Services thing gives us a +3 in a region. So I'm going to add, so if we discard the card on the discard pile, and I'm going to add 3 to Belarus. All right. And then I do my other one as well, don't I?
Do both cards.
Yeah, so better safe than sorry. I think I need to do the +3 on this one. So again, if we discard this over here, and I'm going to add 3 to this one, so that we definitely score this one, because this is the one that's getting scored this turn. Yep, I need to have more red than his to get a victory point in the Baltics. And unless he can somehow get up to a 5, or a 4 rather, then I think I can make sure I guarantee that one.
I think I can get up to a 4.
Oh no!
So I think I will. So I'll put that in there for my last 2 pennies.
Oh. I'll tell you what, I don't think oh no, I didn't have to pay, did I? Mine were free. Yeah, it's free to increase them, it's just placing them.
Free to increase, yeah.
And that is the advantage of going last. Because if he'd done that first, I could have gone in the the Western Balkans, and stopped him getting it there. But he doesn't need to because he's seen where I've gone. Well, that sucks.
So we do that. Now we take 2 new cards.
Oh, so we're not finished, are we? Because nothing happens this time. We don't resolve it till next turn.
We definitely get our cards. Oh no, we haven't. Yeah, you're right. We've still got.
So I'm out of cards. So this is quite nice. If you watch this, I'm going to grab my discard pile. No, that's the top card.
They're only lined up.
Right, it says 5. There should be 5 cards. Now, if I click and hold, it should pick up the whole deck. No, it doesn't. Mark, any idea how I do this? I think there's... Yeah.
I normally just right-click and shuffle, to be honest.
I think it's getting the cards stuck in the right place. Yeah. Right-click, shuffle. But I want to flip the deck. Flip is F. But look, you can see there are cards underneath that have not been flipped there. How do you pick up the whole deck? Not take.
Shuffle, take.
Because that's going to take a certain number of cards, isn't it? Yeah. Don't want to do that. Right, let's stick those back together. You see, the problem is I don't... Tabletop Simulator is much better for getting these things to sort of group, and there's like a group button in Tabletop Simulator that just blonks them all together. But you see, I've got more cards here. I think that might just be 1 card. So if I try and carefully plonk all these on top, how fiddly is this? Oh no, see, that didn't actually work. There we go. It makes a kind of schlop sound when you get it right. There we go. Thrilling viewing, I'm sure. Right, now I can shuffle it. There's this thing where I think if you've managed to grab the whole deck... See, that's picked a card off the top. I don't want to pick a card. I want to grab the deck.
I think we might just have to alternate between the 2 sides.
So now I'm going to put them here. There must be a way of grabbing the whole deck.
There probably is, but it's probably in the...
Let me look at the help. Stack actions.
Take N.
I don't want to take them, though. I just want to move them.
On top, drag and drop. To the bottom, shift and drag and drop. Can you pick up the bottom one and move them across?
Like if I hover near... No, because it just gives me the whole deck. On Tabletop Simulator, you click and hold and it grabs the whole stack. But on this, I've clicked, I've held, and now when I move it, it just takes the top card. Oh well, we'll leave that alone, and we'll alternate. We'll now put discards on this side.
How do we get out of this?
So we draw 2 new cards. So I'm going to not take, draw 2, and they should just magically appear in my hand. There we go. What have we got? So I really need to get, I need to make use of this. Oh, that's a really good one, but I think I should save that. In fact, that's my, it's my president card from earlier that's come back round into my hand. I think my deck is much smaller than Mark's. So Mark has more cards, but I get through mine quicker, so I see my good cards again and again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I want to sort of play a bit of a rubbish. I don't want to play one of these special ones yet. We'll leave those for later. So I think I'm going to play, back in my hand. Oh no, I've dropped it on the table. Giving away my secrets. Yeah, so this one I'm just going to play for that ability. So we'll flip that, plonk it there for now. Actually, we're going to put it here so we can see what I mean. I'll put it there. So I need to play another one. I've only got 3 action cards. Should I have 4?
You should have a hand of 4, yeah.
Okay, so I should have 4 of these.
Have you lost a card somewhere?
Somehow I've managed to lose one of my cards, so if I watch the stream back, I'll see where it was. I'm going to draw 1 more card. And this one, I think I might just use that to get a bit of that. Feel like influence is going to be important. I'm happy with that one because I've got my 6. I think we can deal with that. I feel I should try and disrupt one of Mark's at this point. Which means, let me just pull this back into my hand a second. I want low, yeah, so this is that number. I want something like this. This is a bit rubbish. Oh, but maybe the action's good. Oh, but I'm broke. Look, I've only got 2 coins. So maybe we just do a bit of this action. That might be good. So, but we need something cheap. So we'll take this. And was that the other one I was doing? Oh. Yeah, it was that one. All right. I'm there.
You there? Okay. Flip them over then.
I think you can. How did you do? You shift click.
Shift click, yeah.
And then F to flip them both. Ah, okay. Yeah, right. I wonder if shift click grabs the deck. No, still. I think that may have taken one off the
bottom. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So I go first.
So he's got a 7 and a 5. Yes, hooray! That was our plan. We went for a low number here, not particularly for the ability, but just so that we would go second, so that we can figure out what he's doing for scoring.
I've done the Baltics. I've changed it to a 6.
Oh no! That ruined our plans because now we can't increase our 4 to a 6 unless.
And I'm going to increase the Western Balkans to a 5.
Yeah, because he needs to score that.
I really do need to score that. And that is that.
All right, so first up, I'm going to play this card.
Oh, and I get that as well. I get the Baltics.
Oh my goodness, really?
I get the Baltic Sea. I've got 6 there now.
He's taking all the cards. All right. So he's got both of those. What does that one do? The Baltic Sea, if he has control and he's got a yellow one in there, so we're looking at the yellow region.
Get 2 money. If
that's money.
Something in there.
So the EU are good at getting money. Yeah, both of these getting money. The NATO ones are a bit different. That's moving armies, I think. Yeah, building armies and turkeys and things. All right, so I'm going to play my military industrial complex card appropriately to move an army.
Great, yeah.
Now, I've no idea if this works, but I'm going to take the army in the Western Federal District and move it 1 for free into the Baltics.
Yeah.
Now, will that do something?
Yeah, that makes that go to a 5.
So that immediately knocks it down to a 5. And does the army kind of die when it does that?
I think so, yes. Let me just check. Move an army. Army versus influence. Anytime I 6, the army discarded back to the supply. Yep, so you're right.
So that army did its duty.
I do have the Baltics as well.
Thematically, I've no idea what that army's doing, removing the influence with violence. I don't really understand, but somehow it knocks the 6 down to a 5. And then I can play my... So that was that card. Let me stick that on my discard pile, which is now over here. I'm now going to play my other card, and we're going to play this one for the +2. And because he doesn't have a 6, it means I can increase my 4 up to a 6, which does 2 things. First of all, it means I do manage to score my Baltics card in a second. But also, now I've got more influence than Mark in the Baltics around the Baltic Sea region.
So means take it back.
I get to take the Baltic Sea card. So I'll put that over here. And if we flip it, hang on, flip it, and then look at it, the special ability I get now, because we've got at least 4 influence there, because we've got 6, I can move 1 army per turn to the Baltics, Kaliningrad, or Poland, from the Western Federal District without spending money or taking an action. Ooh, that's pretty good. But they have to be in this Western Federal District, and I've just moved my army out of there already. So I probably need to move other armies up to there or build new armies in the Western Federal District. And then I can move them from here to, where was it again? Baltics, Kaliningrad, or Poland. Okay, so if we zoom in here, this little sliver of land here, or Poland. Okay, so it gives me army maneuverability. And that card that I played goes on my discard pile, which should be face up, actually, not face down. Otherwise, that
you make sure you've taken your Belarus and the Baltics cards.
Oh, I have not done that. So
I'll just do the same for...
Yeah, because I control Belarus and the Baltics, these contested ones, I get the contested cards. So we're going to, one by one, lay these out, I think. So Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus. Oh, hang on. They're in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helps me, though, because I can't pick one out. So I get the Belarus card, and what do I do with it now that I've got it?
Put it into the discard pile.
Oh, okay. Probably should have gone in earlier and been shuffled back in, but never mind. And then we need the Baltics. Oh, is that going to be under T for the? So I'm going to carefully lay these out to make life easier in the future. So that's the Eastern Balkans, Georgia, Southern Euro, Hungary. Where in the world is Moldova? Poland, the Baltics. That's my card. That goes in my discard pile. That will come up. I don't know if I want more cards or not, really. I want to get this to lock properly. Is that the... Oh, no, there we go. It's the hand, I think, that matters. Ukraine and the Western Baltics. Okay, it's Balkans. So those are my cards from contested regions that I might get available to later. Are these any good, these cards? Oh, that's a bit rubbish. Maybe the ability is good. When you use one of these... Europe can add 1. That's not good. These all seem to be helping you. At least those ones help Mark. This one looks like it helps me. If you have a 6 in the Eastern Balkans, and I use it, I get to increase 1 in the Western Balkans. Oh. Okay. Sorry, I'm whittling a bit here. Is that the end of the round?
Yep, that's the end of the round. So it was round 3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I've drawn up my 2 cards. Have you done the same?
Oh, yes, 2 cards. So let's draw rather, 2 cards. Here they are. That's that energy sector one again. And my secret services card. All right. I need money. That's rubbish for money. That one's quite good for money, actually. I don't want to use that one yet, though. Oh, that's really good for money. That's what I used it for last time, but then that's really good too. All right, so I've drawn cards. So are we going to move it on?
Yes, we're on round 4 now.
Oh, but this doesn't happen to the end of the round, does it?
No, so it's kind of worth, yeah.
All right, well,
right then.
Hopefully, if you're watching, you've got the hang of how this works now. We've played through those first 4 rounds quite slowly. I'm going to try and talk less and play faster and see if we can blitz through some rounds so you can actually see the scoring. Because I think you've got all the rules now. You should understand how everything works. Do ask any questions in the chat if you want to know how anything works. So we're picking cards, yep?
Yeah.
I'm very happy to have secured that. And I've secured that. So what I should be looking at is these. Don't want to play that, really. I think we go for this. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. So let me move all these to the same place. I don't really care about the order this time. We're going to save that one. So I'm going to play this one. And yeah, we'll save these, I think. This one. All right, I played my cards.
Okay, I'm just retidying up my area, but let's go for it.
So if I shift, drag, and then flip.
Of course, you can do a drag, can't you? I forgot about that.
So my total is 9.
My total is 12.
So Mark goes first.
So the first thing I'm going to use Germany's economic power for money because I'm feeling quite poor.
Yeah, getting money in this game is tricky.
Yes, and then I'm going to increase Moldova to a 5. And that is me.
Okay, so I'm going to play this card for 3 money, much like Mark. Get cash. 1, 2, 3. Click, click, click. And then I think we're just going to use this card to add some influence in Azerbaijan. What's the capital of Azerbaijan? Is it Baku?
Baku, yeah, it's where they held the Grand Prix.
Ah. All right, now it's that turn. So now we're going to score. Oh, I didn't actually. I must say, I was so focused on what I was doing. I didn't pay attention to what you were doing.
First things first. We should draw 2 cards.
Okay, you put it in Moldova, did you?
I increased Moldova to 5.
Oh, he's got a lot of 5s. Look. Okay, so take 2 cards. Yeah.
So I can take that one.
Oh, there's only 1 card, so I'll take this into my hand.
That.
It's the news media. That's quite nice.
How do you flip them all?
No ideas. Oh, hang on. Maybe shift, drag, select them all.
Take the whole deck. Yeah,
there we go. I don't know if I can move it, but I can flip it all.
Yeah, you can. You can shift, drag, and pick up.
Oh, and then it moves the whole thing. Look at that. It was you had to shift, drag to get the whole lot. Right, now if I just take 1 more, draw 1.
I do just draw 1 then.
And I don't know why it's orange. I think it's because I selected it accidentally. It was like a shift dragging selection thing, and now it's orange. Oops, don't want to put them all down.
Oh, dear.
What am I doing? Oh, there we go. It's deselected it. Anyway, so I got I think it was this card that I just picked up, which is a bit rubbish, but if I had lots of money, this would be good.
If and only if.
Mm.
But we do need to do some
Scoring. Here we go. This is what it's all about. So
resolve the headline.
So it's just going to be these 2 because it's the current headline.
Yeah. So
do you want to do yours?
Ukraine, I do have more yellow in the Ukraine than you.
Because I've got no red in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
So Mark gets a point.
And then you have more red than blue and more red than yellow in the Baltics.
Because I managed to get a 6.
So you get to do that. We flip those over, discard them out of the game somehow.
Should we just stick them at the top maybe? Face up?
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. And then we, unsurprisingly, shift the headlines.
Oh yeah, so they move along.
And then we need to place a headline. So we both choose one and then we have to...
Well, I'm not very keen on sticking marks out, so I'm going to flip that and plonk this. That's going to be my selection. Oops. Hope you didn't see.
I didn't say it's all right. I was reading my mind.
I don't think it'll matter.
You selected? Oh, you see mine there. There it is.
Yeah, it's hard to remove it from your hand without it appearing face up. Like, you don't seem to be able to flip it in your hand. I don't know.
Well, if you can flip them in your hand. It's when you place them on that spot, it automatically flips it. I think you need to drag it to the side instead.
Right, let me try this. I'm going to...
So you flip it in your hand, move. Don't drop it on the square, though.
Oh, there you go. So you flip it first.
Yeah. But as soon as you drop it in the square, it'll
flip first. If I drop it here, it's fine, but I drop it on here, and it flips. Oh, he's gone for one of mine.
Well, look at all your scoring opportunities.
Yeah. So what has he put down? He's gone for... you see, look, the Ukraine is the one where he's got lots. Energy sector. Oh, and you get an extra coin for that as well. I think they have tried to put theme on these cards.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it really matters.
If I had time to read them all, then I would.
Yeah. Quarrels continue between the state-run oil and gas companies of Russia and Ukraine, risking a general European economic crisis due to Russian natural gas flowing through Ukraine to energy-hungry Europe. Well, so we did it all, didn't we? Oh, hang on, we've got to draw. Finally, we're going to draw a headline.
Draw an additional headline, yeah.
So you can maybe get the right number. Draw 1. Well, would you look at that? It is not what I want. So we need to plan how to mitigate this. We're going to have to play one of these.
Oh dear. Oh, that one's that's going to be tricky.
So I'm going to be scoring this, hopefully. And I need to figure out how to score that. We did get... Oh, we got a 1 there. So after the first scoring, we have a grand total score of 1-all. Not a high-scoring game as yet.
I mean, it only goes up to 20, so...
Yes.
I suspect.
All right, so that was the end of the round. So we move the round tracker onto round 5, and we play a couple of cards.
And I've already chosen. All right, just need to make sure I flip them over.
Yes, okay. So I think we're going to launch straight in with our big card, wherever that went. Yeah, this one, because I want this. So let me try this. I'm going to click it, flip it, then drag it out, and look, it stays face down. That's good. And then, what's he going to... Oh, we're not scoring this round. This is a non-scoring round. But then after that, he's going to try and score. It'd be great if I could get something in there. So let's make some headway. I want a bit of a rubbishy card. See, the interesting thing is that the rubbishy cards, like this is not giving you much, but look, it's a low card, which lets me go first.
Second.
All right, I think we just play this one because I just want to do that. And this one's like a bit of a better card, I think. That could be quite useful later. Right, so this one, flip it, stick it out. Okay, I've got my cards. Flip the cards. Whoop. I've got 10.
Oh. I've got 11.
Got
so I get
11.
second.
All right, so I'm going to... No, hang on. You're going first, aren't you?
Oh yeah, Harry goes first. You're right, so I do go first.
Not sure this will matter this round, but...
I'm going to spend 2 coins to drop some influence in Georgia, which gains me 2 coins. And then I'm going to flip that to 5.
That money thing is really useful. He used this ability here. When he does something in Georgia, he gets 2 coins because he controls the Black Sea. Now I get to move armies because I control the Baltic Sea, but we've got to do something about that. My goodness, it's already gone up to 5. Did you do a +4 or something?
Yeah, it was
wow.
Italy. It was a nice +4.
Okay, so we're going to use a +4 on Azerbaijan. Let's stick that in the discard pile. So that goes up to 5, which means I get the Azerbaijan card. That's this one. That's a bit rubbish. I don't understand. This is just
Georgia, shouldn't I?
This is not good. When I use this, Europe gets to increase in Armenia. So whenever I use this, he's getting stuff. Oh well. I have to take the card. I think the more influence you get, the harder the game becomes. Anyway, that goes in my discard pile. Then I'm going to play this one, and we're just going to play this to stick another cube down. Yeah, we won't play the ability. We need more cubes. So I'm going to take this one, but set it to be 1. And I'll stick it next to Mark's to try and contest his Ukraine. All right, and that goes in the discard pile. All right, that was that round. Draw new cards.
Yep, I'll move on that.
Round tracker moves on to round 6. So at the end of this round, we're going to be scoring. What cards have we got? It's this one. The number here is going to be quite important. And this one. Oh, this is one of the new ones. Oh, look at that. If I do that there, I get to do that there. But I can't do that there because it's already maxed. Belarus. Yeah, so getting this one first would have made it easier to get this one, but never mind. It'd be nice if I could build an army up there. Right, have I got anything good? I don't think we can stop. It's this we're going to try and stop. So, yes, all right. I want to bump my number up. And that's the best one for that. We're going to use this. And then I think I need to stop him getting these because I'm going to have to play these. That's miles away. Oh, that's the one I should play, isn't it? Because I'm going to stop him on the other one. And that one is also going to be really hard. So we'll play that one next. So I don't think we'll worry about the others. I think we might just do... In fact, we could do that twice, couldn't we? I think I need an army. When you build an army, it has to go in the right place, doesn't it?
Yes, that's the thing that limits one of the limitations of it.
This is very flexible. So we're going to go with this. All right, I'm done.
Okay.
I've got 9.
Shift. I think I'm lower than that. I'm 5.
All right, so I'm first.
Yes.
So we're going to do a +3 in the Ukraine, which takes that one up to a 4. Yes, okay. And then we're going to build an army. It says in any federal district with a star. So this is the action, and it doesn't cost me money because there's no little coin there. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm doing this. Oh no, that's not right. No, I do have to pay the money because this action is the red thing at the bottom. To build army, you have to pay the money. I could spend 3 to get 2 armies in the Volga Federal District. But do I really want 2 armies in the Volga Federal District? It's like miles from anywhere. So I'm just going to pay 2 coins. Because you've got to pay money to move them, and money's just really tight in this game. And I get 1 army. We're going to go for the Western Federal District, because that one is good for this card. I can move them from the Western Federal District without spending money or taking an action. That's amazing. Right, those are my 2 cards. I'll group them.
So, what have you... So I think I'm going to use... I'm going to use 1 card to just bump that up to a 6.
See, I should have done that this turn. I forgot about
that. And I'm going to use the other card to put a dice into the Eastern Balkans, which will cost me 2, but then I get 2 back. Because I control the Black Sea.
Mark's doing very well with his money.
No. I don't know why I did that. There's no point. Or I'm wrong.
I think we forgot to move this, didn't we?
Yes, should be on the next round.
So that was round 7. We draw 2 cards. And we go to round 8.
We need to draw some cards.
Where we're going to be scoring. What have I got? I've got this. I really don't want to use this card. It's just terrible. I don't know why that card is there. So I guess I'll be using this one for this thing. So we'll flip that, stick it there. And then I want something that gives me this action. So this, yeah, that was that one, which is good if I do that, but otherwise not really. And, oh, the number's going to be quite important. Let me pull this back into my hand a second and check the number. Oh, but look at the number on this one. That might be why you want to do it. You'd get one in there. Oh, no, this is perfect. Look, look. He's already got this. And it would do that up to a maximum of that. So actually it wouldn't do anything. So we're going to play this card. This is suddenly working out very well. So we'll flip this. And this one.
Just want to check the rules on you using something for an action.
Right. I've picked.
Where does it say? See how it actually means.
So just thinking about this, I was trying to look at how long the game would last if you actually knew what we were doing. I mean, you're only playing 2 cards around and then you score. Yeah. I guess a lot of this is learning the cards. That's why it's a bit slow. You might be able to play this in an hour or so if you knew all the cards. If you're playing it and you don't know all the cards and you're having to read them all, I think it'd be an hour and a half once you know what you're doing. So an hour to hour and a half, that seems reasonable.
How do I... of course, I can do that. Yeah. So if I play...
We can't do anything about that. I should think ahead, really, shouldn't I? We'll be playing this one. The danger with this one, I'll tell you now, is it's right next to these places, which makes it very easy for him to move armies in. That's the issue. We have exactly the same issue with this one. Although notice, and this could be influence all armies though, which is yeah. This one must be very easy for him to do. Bosnian War. A brutal 3-way struggle erupts between Bosnia-Herzegovina and forces of both the Serb and Croat communities within Bosnia-Herzegovina, potentially creating the most cataclysmic European conflict since World War II. Right, have you played your cards?
No, I'm still faffing, but I think I've got an idea. I think I'm going to play...
I wonder if we should use these at some point. Place that in a contested region. And that's like a 3 straight up to a 3 is pretty good. Now this one's interesting. I can stick a fracture counter on one of those. And then this can't do yellow actions. I think that's right.
And I think then I'm also going to do...
So if I look at these contested ones, which one's NATO and which one's EU?
Blue's NATO.
Yeah, blue's NATO, yellow's EU. Okay, so we want to Pay attention to any cards that only have yellow. Not that one. See, this one, for example, I could stop it from working. Right, you done?
Yeah.
All right, flip the cards. I've got 5 in total.
Oh, I've got 6.
Yes. So Mark goes first. This is critical because we're about to score.
I can't stop you on that. So I will do this first. So I'm going to place a NATO die into the Baltics.
Another one?
For 2. And you can, it's a different colour. So it's
I think I know what he's trying to do now.
And then I'm going to move that army all the way from there to there.
What?
Because that's what the card says.
Wait, this one?
Yeah, so when you use the Baltics for a NATO action, you may then move 1 to the Baltics or increase +1 in Poland.
You can move an army to the Baltics. Do you not have to pay for it, though?
When you use the Baltics for a NATO action, you may then move. Oh, I'd have to pay for the distance, though, won't I?
I would have thought so. Because armies can't teleport. That still seems very powerful, but...
I'm still...
Because that came all the way from Spain.
I wouldn't be able to use it for that anyway because it's a contested region. I just realised.
Oh, why doesn't that work?
Because I would need to have a 5 or a 6 in there to be able to do a NATO action.
Oh, with the...
Because of my colouring jobby, yeah.
Oh, so, okay, so for Mark, if you're using one of these contested ones, he can only do the relevant colour if he has influence, like 5 or 6. Is it control or something, is it called?
Yes.
So I think I should still be on a 6 there, shouldn't I?
Yes. I'm going to, instead then... But I do have a 5. Am I allowed to use that? I'm just checking if I need a 5 or a 6 to be allowed to do it, or whether I can do it with just a... do I need to actually have the... actually control it to be allowed to do it? Where is the... Oh, of course it would be... I remember saying it. It's on here. So I just must have it a 5 or a 6. Okay, I'll use the yellow action on that instead then, which gives me +2 on a yellow die. That's not...
So he's doing this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna move that up to a 3. I believe because I've done an action there, I get 2 money. Because of the Black Sea. And then, what am I going to do in Norway?
We need to stop his money generation because he's getting a lot of money here. Which in practice means getting influence around the Black Sea, which would be in Georgia, the Eastern Balkans, and the Ukraine. Now, we've got some in Ukraine, but he's got a lot. I think we're going to find it difficult to take that off him.
I'm going to move that one in Germany to there.
Germany to Poland, okay.
Yeah. And that is me done.
I'm wondering about doing this. Look, I've got one there. That's just like amazing. Maybe we'll save that. But we definitely want to pile them up there. That's pretty good for us. Okay, so I'm going to start off. Yes. We are going to move an army using the Baltics card. I'm going to move an army. Oh, I think I might need to pay some money actually because I want to leave this one here. So I'm going to pay a coin to move the army from the Central Federal District. 1, 2, no, hang on. No, I don't need to pay a coin because I'm going to Ukraine. What am I doing? Yeah, it goes to Ukraine. Let me take my coin back. We're not going up to the Baltics. So from the Central Federal District... Oh, in fact, no, I'm going to change my mind. Let me put that back. We're going to move it instead from... This one is adjacent. Look, the Southern Federal District. Where else are they going to go? So we're going to move them to here. I have an army which knocks Mark 6 down to a 5. If Mark does that, I will remove my army from the board. Then I'm going to play my other card to add 2 in the Ukraine to my die. Woo! Right. Grab. Flip. No, I don't want to flip. I just want to put them on the discard pile. Discard. Alright, getting the hang of this. End of the round.
Yep.
Draw 2 cards. I've only got 1 card there, so let's stick it in my hand. It's... Oh, I see. This is good for me because of what I can do with it. I should probably use it for that. And then I'm going to have to take my discard pile, flip it over. I think if you grab it and give it a shake... No, it doesn't work. On Tabletop Simulator, if you shake it, it shuffles it.
Yeah.
Oh well, we're going to have to
click.
right-click and shuffle. And then I'm going to take another one, which is... Oh, it's my good card. Look at this. All right, so then we score.
Yep, or rather you score.
Oof. Belarus 6 gets me 2 points. I've got a 6 in Belarus.
And I don't control the Ukraine, so...
Oh, really? I thought you did.
Right? Sorry, not Ukraine. Western Balkans.
Western Balkans. More yellow than red.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one.
Yeah, you've got that. You've got loads of yellow.
So I do get a point. I was reading the wrong one. I think it's for the one that's coming up later.
All right, so that goes in the discard pile.
Yeah.
More or less.
Shift them along.
Oh, yeah, they move, don't they?
Place a headline. I'll be placing that one to the side.
I think we're going to play this one. We're going to try and fight over that one. So, flip it. Not that it really matters. It won't flip. Sometimes it flips in your hand, sometimes it doesn't. So in theory it goes here, and then we go, okay, 3, 2, 1, drop it on the place, and I put one of yours down.
Thank you. This card's 22 hit to pull 1. Right, okay, so this is important. So this is because in setup, some of these cards should have been removed.
Oh.
But it's not done, so we're just gonna have to do it now. It's fine. It's just set up. So they get added there. That's fine. So do that.
Yep.
So we should now be drawing from period 2 rather than period 1.
Oh.
It's got the 2 remaining period 1 headlines to their hand. And draw 3 cards from the period 2 headline deck. So what that just means is we just need to siphon out the period 1.
Oh, with the ones.
There we are. So that's now period. Got number 2 there, and the dates have changed.
So they could go on the discard pile.
In theory, we'd be able to know what hasn't played, but it's very matter because we're not that good.
Okay.
And then we discard our own ones.
Yeah, they're one of each. Okay, and then discard our own. You mean the ones in our hand?
Yeah.
Oh, so these ones
will never happen.
Oh, that's great. I don't have to play this now.
Yeah, I had the same issue.
So these ones get discarded, okay.
And then you draw 3.
And we draw 3. So we're getting, oh, look at this, period 2 cards. Are they going to be worth more points? Ooh. Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, we might be hanging on to that. All right. Right, so what so after, well, like a we're close to halfway through now, and I'm leading by 1 point. Okay, 3-2. So then we pick cards. I guess move the round tracker on. We pick cards. So what am I trying to do? What I really want to do. Oh, I need to make sure I've got that. What do I need? Oh, I just need one of those. That I want to use to build an army. That's got a +2.
You want the Ukraine.
That's a +4. And that one. That's. Oh my goodness, we don't want to play this. Look at this. If he does that, he's going to knock that down. Okay, so. Well, I guess we just play it and don't use it there, and then we're okay. So we'll play this one.
I think I'm going to go with that.
And that one, we're going to do this action, I think, because that's where I want them. Okay.
Right then. We flip again.
I'm on 9.
1-7.
So I go first, yeah.
You can go first, yeah.
Okay, I'm actually going to use my super special Baltic Sea ability to move an army to Poland from the Western Federal District without spending money or taking an action. Now, this will illustrate what happens when two armies meet. Effectively, they just both die. So these armies can now kill each other, but that means he can't then move this army into one of these places and knock down my 6. So I fought him off. And then I'm going to actually play my cards. We're going to play the Western Federal District to build an army. So I'm going to spend 2 coins. We're going to need cash again. And if I discard that one, I get an army back there. And then this one we're going to use to add 2, although I can only add 1, but we're going to bump up Azerbaijan to a 6. I think I need to make sure of that before any funny business happens down there, because I'm going to be trying to score this in a bit. Okay, I'm done.
Making my turn more expensive, are you? 1. Right. So I'm going to use. Let's work this one out. Is there a better way of doing this? I think it makes very little difference which way I do it. So I'm going to move Italy.
That's good.
1, 2, 3. And spend 2 coins.
Oh no!
And then I use the one to push that to 6.
Yeah, so I get he could do those either way around, I guess. So presumably he's using this for the movement. Oh, hang on, you've bumped the. Oh yeah, because he needs to use this card for the yellow action.
Yeah, so use that one for the +1, which is fine, because I do have 5 or 6 in there.
Because the blue would let me move an army in.
Yeah.
Right, we're not scoring this round, but that does make my job more difficult, so we'll see. Right, so end of the round, we draw 2 cards. Round tracker moves on, and this is going to be a scoring round.
Draw, just draw. Let's have a look. Oh, what's coming? Oh, that's a card.
So this is Armenia. I don't really want to give him anything there, so I just don't want to use this. This one is quite a nice card. That's very expensive, but I could do that. Don't think I want to do that. So I'm probably going to scoring time, isn't it?
What do I do?
I think I just use that for that one. Oh, the number. I keep forgetting the number. That's why we want to do this. So as much as I don't want to, I'm going to use this card because of this. And that's all I need on that one. And he's going to get one of these here. But I can't really do anything about that.
I'm going to reach up the card.
And then I need to move something. I need to do this. So that card will be fine. All right, I've picked.
Actually, I missed that one out.
Mark's faffing.
I am faffing. Let me have a quick look at that card again. Yeah, that's fine. It's a fine card to play. Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I flipped them. I'm really hoping I've won this. By win, I mean going second, which I have done. I've got 6 and he's got 7. So we'll see what he does.
Right then.
So he's going to be doing an EU thing.
I will be doing an EU thing.
And then he has a lot of choice with this card. The interesting thing about the EU NATO player is they're going to have to choose, with a lot of these cards, they're choosing, do you put yellow ones out or blue ones? Obviously it matters as far as the scoring cards are concerned a lot of the time. But you can see
I'm going to force you to do Azerbaijan just for annoyance.
Hang on, how did that army get there?
It went from Turkey to there.
It was in Turkey, was it?
It was in Turkey.
I didn't see that. Ah, should have dealt with that.
Oh, no, you've lost that. I need to move that off.
Well, that is very frustrating because now I'm not going to score this for this. Yeah, although I could stop this, I really need to make sure I get this. Yeah, one interesting thing you can do is if you're concerned about this, I could have moved an army in here earlier, and then when Mark's army moved in, the armies would have wiped themselves out instead of knocking my 6 down to a 5. And what were you doing with the other card, Mark?
I think I am going to increase Georgia to 6. Maybe I'll whack out one in Azerbaijan.
Oh,
I can't afford to. I will not do this. I will increase.
He's only got 1 money.
Yeah, I got 1 money.
Eastern Bloc of Georgia or Ukraine are the ones where he gets it.
Should have done that. I'm going to. I think I'll just place one in. I can't afford to place dice. I will increase Georgia. I'll increase that to 6 because it gives me 2 money for later.
Yes. Done?
Yep, that's me done.
Well, rather frustratingly, I have to add one to Azerbaijan again. Actually, maybe this is okay. But I'm not going to be able to score this because I need to have more. Well, we're going to secure Azerbaijan. So this card I'm going to spend for the +1, which makes the 5 go up to a 6. Unfortunately, the ability on the Azerbaijan card is if you don't have any influence in Armenia, you can immediately place a yellow one or a blue one in Armenia for free.
Where's Armenia? Oh, it's there.
It's next to Azerbaijan.
It's a yellow or blue one.
Yep.
I will place a yellow one.
So that was that card. Then we're going to do the move army thing, I think. I'm not sure that really helps. Yeah, I'm thinking of this, but we're not going to be able to score that one, unfortunately. So I will move an arm. Well, no, I shouldn't. I should do something else actually, because there's no point. It's very easy to move the dice up. It's hard to knock them down. So I think actually we might be better building an army, you know. Except I'm broke. I've only got 1 coin. So this is why you need the different options here, because you might decide you actually want to do something different. Now I can't really increase any because they're all very high. So what I really want to do, I could move an army for free, 1 space. Or I could get 2 coins. Because this Moscow army is just a bit stuck here. I could move it out, and then it has a bit more flexibility. Because 2 coins isn't a lot. I'm going to do that. We're going to move the army for free, 1 space into the Central Federal District. So now I've got 2 armies there. And the card goes away. All right. End of the round. And we score.
Yes.
So, yes, first of all, resolve headline. Actually, no, first of all, we draw cards, don't we?
Yeah,
Draw 2 cards. Let me put those next to each other. So, Azerbaijan, I am going to get 2 points because I did manage to finally get that back up to 6. I'm now on 5. And this one, only I can score it, but I don't have more than yellow, so it just doesn't score. Mark has stopped me from scoring that, so they both go away. These ones slide up. Then we both pick another one. Well, I definitely want to do this one because I'm good in there already. So I'll put that there, and then we put them on here and reveal them. And Mark's gone for the Eastern Balkans and Hungary, but 3 points and 3 coins. Why are they next to the names, Mark? You see the coins on that card are next to the names of the countries?
I think it's I need to check the actual reasoning around that.
That might be easy for me to stop, although... Yeah, it's these 2 here. He's running out of armies a bit, though, isn't he? Look, he's used up all his armies around here. But look, my armies are still poised and ready to go. Maybe that's Russia's strength.
Gain money equal to action by either player. Oh, okay. If all the headline conditions are met when the headline is sold, award the headline appropriate player based on the banner colour. If the award includes money, place a money token on the appropriate regions.
Oh.
And any time that region's action card is used to gain money, to gain money by player, they get the additional money.
Oh, okay.
So because we can both own, in theory, do the cards, it just adds money to them.
Okay. Right then. So those are the new cards. I really want to stop this. Look at that. So I think we focus on this one. So it's the next round then, isn't it? Oh no, we draw cards.
Yes, draw cards.
Draw 1 headline. And I've got one of these. That's going to be an issue. No, it's not going to be an issue. That's good. All right, so we'll put that one there, I guess. We're playing cards. So, round tracker moves on. Round 11. So, I I need to stop him doing that, but there's no way he's going to manage that. So that should be fine.
Oh, it's end of round 10 as well. So we should score.
Oh, is something happening at the end of round 10?
Yeah, we score for every 6 on the board.
Oh, yeah, there's an extra scoring thing here. So, Mark, sorry, just explain what that means.
So for every area you have a 6 in, you get a point.
Oh,
Simple.
1,
So you would
2,
do better than me with that as well.
3. So 6 are good.
And I get 2. I'm just making sure there's nothing else I'm missing.
I get 3 points. Mark should get 2. I'm not quite sure why there's a circle here. It's like a circle, like it's a magnifying glass, I guess. Maybe these countries are quite small.
Okay, also at this point, players remove from the game any remaining advantage cards and score 1 prestige for each, and then they shuffle the advantage deck and draw 3 new advantage cards.
Oh, I never used mine.
Choose. Yeah, so we get 2 points each for those.
All right, so these cards which are never used get discarded.
And then we do the 3 and 2 thing again.
Oh.
So I didn't use any of mine as well. I almost, if we could have afforded to do one, but it never worked out. So I'll take 3 of those.
I get 2 points. Oh my goodness, I'm on 10. Have you scored points?
I know, I have scored those 2 points.
And you get 2 points for your 6s, yeah?
That was my 2 points for my 6s.
Did you get 2 points for the cards?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm taking those. That would explain why I was
lagging severely. Well, this is looking much better at this point in the game. I'm on 10 and Mark's on 6. Despite all his money. Right. So we're drawing, what, 3 advantage cards?
Yep, and then pick 2.
Draw 3. Oh, incidentally, we didn't really mention this. You might sort of think water is impassable, but armies can move through water. So I could move, like, from Turkey to the Eastern Med, to the Western Med, and then attack Spain, or something. So that's why it's talking about that here. This doesn't seem very good, to be honest. That seems much better. Don't know if we really need that, but probably just going to keep these for the points anyway. So we'll get rid of this one, which didn't seem particularly good. That will go on the discard pile. And I have 2 new advantage cards. We'll stick those on the left of my hand. Okay. So playing cards.
There we are. And discard.
So what do I want to do? I want to make sure I get this. Well, that's going to be easy. So we're going to try and stop this. That's our new goal. So we need lots of this in this place. Oh, and I'm broke, so we need money. This is my money card. We're going to play that one for the money. And then I want to start getting a nice cheap card. Yeah, and we're going to plonk some of that in there. Well, actually, this is rubbish. Unless you're building armies. I don't think we need any more armies right now, so I'm going to use this for that. That's how you do it. All right, I've chosen.
Where is that?
It's getting quite late.
Yes.
I don't know if we're going to get through this entire game.
I've already played that, that's why. That's really cool. Yeah, that's the card I'm trying to play.
Given the time of day, Mark, I'm wondering if we want to sort of call an early halt at some point, like if we pick a round number and say that'll be the end.
Or should we do it to the next scoring round and call it that?
Yeah, okay, so we'll have one more scoring round.
I've accidentally picked one of the cards. I'm just going to put that back and then shuffle my deck.
I've just noticed this one. dear. What is going on there? That's why he was doing all that business. We need to sort that out, don't we? And where's the other one? Oh, he's not going to beat me there. I need to make sure I hold on to this, which means we probably need armies down there. Okay, anyway, we'll see what happens. Are we ready?
Sure, yeah.
I've flipped them. So I've got 9.
I've got 12.
Mark goes first.
Mine's a nice simple one. I'm going to spend 2, build an army in Turkey.
Ah!
And then use Germany to push that up to 5. Oh, I've just done some mental camera.
Germany is a super duper card.
That's been done.
Okay. Well, interesting. I'm thinking about maybe changing my mind now. Building that, because it could go here. Well, we're definitely going to get the money. So first of all, I'm going to play my president card to get money. That gets me 4 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this card. Oh, I've just realised I've picked I thought this would let me place new influence and it won't. So I've picked the wrong card anyway. So in that case, we're going to go for this instead. I'm going to pay 2 coins and we're going to build an army somewhere good. So 1, 2 coins. Aren't my coins nice and neat? I probably don't need to be this neat with the coins. I'm going to stick an army in this place. The Southern Federal District. Yeah. Okay. End of the round.
Yep.
Draw 2 cards. That's my entire deck. I've got this rubbishy Baltics card. And that one. Okay. And then we go to round 12. And as I say, we're going to call this an end. We'll say this is the last round. So we're going to be resolving these cards. And I'm just going to try and stop Mark from scoring. So we pick cards.
Yeah.
So the main thing I want is this ability.
And
can't do it on that one. This is the time to use this, I think, because yeah, that's fine because he's already got that. So we'll use this one. Oh, except this time, I think we want to go first. So I'm going to use this card. And
I'll do that. So we'll do that one.
We'll do this one.
I'll do that one.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay, so we've flipped cards, and I actually wanted high numbers this time. We'll see what marks are, but I've got 11.
I've got 3.
Okay, that's fine. So I go first. So we're going to. I'm going to spend my first card just to move an army, and we're going to move the Southern Federal District 1, 2 into Azerbaijan, which costs me 1 coin, because I want to make sure that stays at a 6 for some reason. And then we're going to use the other one to place. I'm going to spend 2 coins, my last 2 coins. And I'm kind of thinking ahead here, but I'm trying to get influence in Hungary. Okay. That's me.
Well, that's done my plans. I don't think about the moving arms things. So I will. Yeah, there's no way I go through that. So I might as well.
So that stops that, so he doesn't score this. And I don't think he can score that either.
No, I can't do either of them, so I guess I'll just increase those by. I increase that, well, that to a 6.
Yeah, so if we were carrying on, that would make a lot of sense because he's obviously trying to complete this one here.
That's it for me.
All right, so I think we're going to call it an end there. In theory, we're going to score, but Mark needed more blue than red in Ukraine, and he was never going to get that because he didn't have any blue, which is difficult because he has lots of yellow, but no blue. Makes it harder for that player. And in this one, yeah, because I control Azerbaijan quite convincingly now with the 6 and the army, I think Mark was hoping to move the blue in and knock it down and do some funky stuff there. But anyway, that means no points after the scoring round. So yes, I mean, obviously if we'd played to the end, it may have been different, but I feel quite happy with my lead at that point.
Yeah.
Although I think neither of us, certainly I did not really know what I was doing.
Yeah, it's certainly a learning game.
But now we know. It's interesting. I mean, do you feel like it's... How close do you feel like it is to Twilight Struggle?
I think it's quite close. The thing I think it loses is the recognisability of the cards.
Yeah.
With all this, I can remember this event happening in history or whatever and stuff like that. It hasn't got quite the. I mean, it doesn't help the fact that the physical cards have just got the obviously digital representation. So I'm not exactly reading the flavor.
Yeah, like I got a card that says news media, but it doesn't really mean much.
No, so it doesn't quite have it. As a game, I guess it's mostly the same, isn't it? There's some variances. It works well as a game, but I think it does lose some of that. Maybe like that sort of part of the history. I think it probably would play quicker once we know what we're doing.
Oh, definitely. Again, it's like it's knowing the cards, isn't it? Like Twilight Struggle.
I suppose in theory you can't get just like lose on round 1 where you can in Twilight Struggle.
Yes, it feels different enough from Twilight Struggle to me.
Yeah, it's nice. I quite like it. Just because we played Watergate recently, and I'm not. They're obviously different games, but if you want a shorter Twilight Struggle, they both very much are trying to scratch the same itch, and that's even shorter.
Yeah.
But I do like it. There's obviously more going on in this with the scoring cards, because that's the main thing Watergate loses is the essentially just try and win it, aren't you, really?
Yeah, that one is
with the tug of war.
It's a lot more simplistic.
Yeah.
I like the scoring cards in this, particularly because at some point you might have to play your opponent's cards.
Yeah.
Depending on the look of the draw, which is very much like Twilight Struggle. Yeah, and I think you're right though. It misses out on the theme. The theme does not come through in this.
No.
Nowhere near to the extent it does with Twilight Struggle.
I think the advantage Twilight Struggle has is that only the real world events. I mean, some of these are as well, but they also have the imagery of them on there.
Yeah.
As you see, particularly rallies and things like that, you get the picture, and it has meaning more to the card.
Yes, because like you think of the Cuban Missile Crisis or something evocative like that, and this one, we've got the Regional Forces Group of Belarus and Russia, or the NATO-Ukraine Partnership, and there's flavour text, but nothing. There's no real picture to indicate what's actually happening.
No,
but it's a nice game.
Yeah, I still enjoyed it. It was still fun, even though absolutely bad, but it was fun.
All right, let me see if I can switch back to see if I can get the transition working. Wow, look at that.
Yes.
Well, we've been doing this as much as anything else, partly to test out playing online in something like Tabletopia, and partly to test all of the streaming technology, which we more or less sorted out in the end. Took us a while.
Yeah, I mean, we did bits last year, and I've learned stuff from it. But Jonathan, you appear to be making no sound now.
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh, no, you're back in now.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back in now.
All right. So thanks very much for watching. We will end the stream there, and we're going to try and do more of these, aren't we, Mark?
Yeah, because I think now that you've got it set up, it's a lot easier to.
Yeah.
It's just getting the initial setup done.
All right. Yeah. Do let us know. Send us a message or something if you want particular games played. But otherwise, we will post something and tell you what game we'll be playing next.
Yeah. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe and all that.
All right. Thanks.